That's nice of you. Thanks. Thanks a lot. Have a seat. Thanks so much, and thank you for the riffraff room. There's a lot of people in there today. Thanks a whole lot for all of you. Very exciting. There they are. It's like we always have an overhead shot, like no one gets near them, like we feed them from up high or something. This is, thank you again for that, and back at you. I'm happy to be here. You know, I realize this is my life now. I'm here every single day, and as most people do when they work, that's your life. You go home and you go to work, and it changes. You know, as you get older, I realize that it's really hard to meet new friends. Because when you're in school, you know, it's easy to meet people. You can just go up to somebody in the schoolyard and say, "Can I play with you?" And then you have a new friend. And you really can't do that as an adult. You can't, well, you can, you get a different type of playmate, but because in school, you know, you have one thing in common. You're kids and you haven't really formed your own personality yet, so you have that one thing in common, which is school, and you're all just suffering through it, trying to get out. And you go to school and you trade lunches and you have the things that you do. And games, that's also, you have that when you're a kid. You have softball and kickball and hide and seek, and, you know, that's fun. But then once you're out of school, you don't have all those activities. You don't have anything that brings you together until it comes full circle in a retirement home or prison. And then you've got your bingo and your gin rummy and making out in the janitor's closet. But really, when you get older, it's harder, you know? I mean, sometimes you can meet friends at work. It depends on where you work. If you have a job like, you know, if you have a job like a toll booth person, you know, then that's hard. Or you have meter maids or riot police. You're not going to meet anybody. Meter maids, you just go home. But you know, it's hard if you want a good job. If you're a gregarious person, you know, you like to be around a lot of people. Oddly enough, I have a friend named Greg, and he's a loner. So you'd think that he would be more gregarious, but he's not. But I have a few close friends that I've had for a long time, and that's all I have time for anyway. I have my work, and I have a couple of friends, and I don't have time to meet new friends. If I meet a new friend now, I have to drop an old friend in order to fit them in my schedule. I have to really look at that closely, and if it's a really good person that I think I'm going to want to spend more time with, I have to drop 2 old friends. Which is hard. Have you ever tried to break up with a friend, like you've been with them for a long time, and the only thing you have in common is that Wham concert you went to, you know? Hallmark should make breakup cards for friendships, because they have cards for everything else for Hallmark, but you could send like a breakup card for a friendship. Hey, remember when we became friends? I sure do. Well, now it's time to bid you adieu, you know, or something like that. I could write a million, but you were an old friend, that much is true, but now I have a new friend, and it's not you, or something like that. You know? Here's a friend I made at work. There's Tony right there. That was great. What was that little whip it dance you were doing?
Whip it. That's what they said, so let it whip, sorry. Whip.
Yeah, whip it right.
Whip it good.
Yeah. No, let's whip it right.
So let it whip it good, baby. All right, so let it whip it, baby. Whip it all night.
Yeah.
I think so. You always put me on the spot with the lyrics.
I know, but when I see you during commercial breaks and there's music playing, you seem to know every single lyric. But then when I call you on it, you don't know what you're singing at all, do you?
I have my own shower songs in my head.
Yeah. Tony, did you have a good weekend, first of all?
Yes, I did have a good weekend.
Really?
Yes.
A very special one?
Some friends were in town. We just hung out. That was it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I cooked.
You cooked? What'd you have?
I had some pasta and swordfish.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
I see. Pasta and swordfish. So the pastor came over.
I'll say it, I had some pasta and swordfish.
No, last time you said pasta, but you didn't add the R to it before.
There wasn't an R.
You said pastor.
No, I didn't. I said pasta.
Did he say pastor?
Well, excuse me.
Yeah, say.
Okay, I had some pasta and swordfish. There you go.
All right. And what else was in it? How did you prepare it?
I got some, Whole Foods did this nice tomato sauce where it has chunks of tomatoes in it. So I put that in the pan with some basil and olive oil and seasoned it, and then I sauteed the swordfish. You don't cook it through because by the time you put the pasta on it, the temperature cooks it.
Pastor.
By the time you put the pasta on it, the temperature sautés it, and so...
That was 2 R's on the end of that one.
By the time you put the Italian-looking thing on it, then you sort of put it in a pan and toss it with vegetables and basil, and...
That sounds good. What kind of pasta is it? Is it like a spaghetti, or is it a link?
It's probably the one of your choice. I'd like the bow tie one, personally.
You do?
Yeah.
I like the penne because then you can just put your forks on it and get 3 or 4 at a time. And it's easier to eat that way, because I don't know how to do the spoon thing where you twirl it.
It can get messy.
Yeah, you just keep twirling it forever. It just gets bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
I don't know how that's more polite to go.
Sort of spoon it.
Yeah,
sort of.
Right. I don't like the bow tie. That's too formal for me. I like the...
Well, you can have penne.
Yeah. All right, so the name of the recipe today is...
I'm scared to say the word now, but...
Say it, and we'll put an R on the end of it.
Pasta and swordfish.
Pasta and swordfish. Okay. All right. I'm telling you, there was 2 R's on the end of that pasta by the third time you said it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I'll have to check that out.
Yeah. And here's a guy with 2 X's on the end of his name. Jamie Foxx is on the show today. Talented guy he is. He does it all. He's funny. He's a great actor. He sings. He plays piano. He's in a new movie called Redemption. It's on FX on April 15th. He's just so talented. And also another talented actor, Selma Blair, is on the show. In a new movie that sounds very sweet called Hellboy. I'm sure it's a musical for children. And also, I've been watching, I don't know if you have, from Average Joe, Adam Mesh is on the show. Really sweet guy who, have you watched The Average Joe? Yeah. Again, it should just be called the show where people sit in a hot tub and make out. That's all. But he seems really down to earth. It seems like a good guy. And also on the show today, The Big Finish. And again, I don't even know. I'm not going to even give it away. It's just a big finish. And it's Monday, and you know what that means. It's time for What Are You Doing While You're Watching? All right, then, Christine Miller from San Mateo, California. Here's a picture of my 18-month-old daughter, Valerie, watching your show. I swear to you, she's not throwing that tomato. She's learning to share and is offering it to you. I told her you don't care for vegetables, so she gladly kept it and played with it like a ball. Oh, well, first of all, for you, the homeschoolers, vegetable is not, tomato is not a vegetable, it's a fruit. All right, just to clarify. And by the way, I don't know if you know, this is a 50-inch TV screen. This is a huge, gigantic baby. Huge baby. That's adorable. That's sweet little baby. All right, Cindy Olszewski? Sky. Olszewski. From Los Alamitos, California. My son Kevin and his dog love to dance with you and Tony at the beginning of each show. And look at that. That's sweet. That's it. You know, there's nothing like dancing with spaniels because they always let you lead. That's how bad his breath is. Look, he's leaning back. He's leaning back. Robin and Davida Battisti? Battisti. 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 The Battistis wrote in from Boynton Beach, Florida. Hey, we enjoy your show, and so does our little marmoset monkey, Lucky. He doesn't really watch much TV at all. However, when your show comes on, he loves to take some of his breakfast up by the TV and watch you. We think that it may be that he likes you and your blonde hair. Continued good luck with your show. Well, there's Lucky right there, and that's great. They kept his jungle name, and you know, I happen to know a little bit about marmosets, and they're primarily from rainforests of South America. It's amazing how they managed to mirror his natural habitat. There are the trees that they depend on for sap, and if I'm not mistaken, there are 3 wax ball candles found exclusively in the jungles of Brazil. Oh, and they love the feel of formica under their little clawed feet right there. They search for it, but all the formica's been cut down, so they can't find it. So, save the formica, I say. But you know, they usually, marmosets, this is true, they live in groups of 8 to 10 individuals, and some groups have as many as 15 members. That's why they call them marmosets, not marma-ones. So, get this little fella 7 friends if you can get a complete set. And I bet they'll be all over the place and enjoying. But that is cute. Can we get a close-up of little marmoset? Little Lucky's face? Look at that. That's cute. That's a little juvenile because they start getting white ears when they're juveniles or adults. When the babies are just browns, so they blend into their habitat more. Anyway, so also we have this guy right here, Rich Roney from Spokane, Washington. Puzzles are hard. Have you done one before? Sorry about the picture. I had a few too many Diet Cokes. And, well, that is the face of a man who's had too many Diet Cokes right there. Luckily, he's switched to caffeine-free. I can tell that right there. Puzzles are hard, I'll tell you that. It's funny because I love puzzles, and I'm so busy all the time. During the commercial breaks, I work on one. I've been working on it since the show started, and I hope to complete it by hiatus. I can't figure out when this one last... Well, anyway, they are hard. They're very, very hard. But right here, I can just give you a hint. This one right there, it goes right there. All right, don't go away. Jamie Foxx is going to be sitting here when we come back.